Hey guys, when was the last time you actually examined your feet? When was the last time you trained your feet? In today's video, I want to break down certain drills that you can do absolutely anywhere that would wake up your feet, stretch the tissues such as plantar fascia, increase the range of motion, especially in the big toe, increase mobility of your ankles, and hopefully bring you relief and bring or give your feet good stimulus. So it's not only feeling better, but also you feel more connected with the ground and you can feel more steady on your feet. In osteopathic clinic, we used to always look at the feet first whenever someone would show up with knee problems, hip problems, because how you connect with the earth, how you sense the ground, how you adjust your position will obviously have an impact up the chain. Interesting things to know about the feet is that each foot has 26 bones, 33 joints. More importantly, the feet are packed with specialized sensory receptors that send constant feedback from the feet up to the brain and help us adjust our body position, help us feel the ground, help us adjust our feet to uneven surfaces, and also adjust body sway. So the feet are important and frequently ignored. So let's dive right in.
All right, you guys. So the first drill I want to start with, again, quite simple, not necessarily easy, is a tiptoe squat flow. Again, if your toes and ankles are quite restricted already, this may be challenging in itself. Maybe you start simply by kneeling, cushioning the knees, and just working on extension of the toes and stretching through the plantar fascia. So that's tissues in the sole of the foot. If you're sitting back, you will be also getting a bit of quad stretch and a bit of calf stretch. Ultimately, what you're trying to develop is big toe extension primarily. And an extra challenge, try to balance on the balls of the feet, on your toes, and do a tiptoe squat. And a quick tip here, try drawing your heels towards the midline, don't let them separate, and really focus on grounding through the root or base of a big toe. Personally, I like to explore a little bit, shift forwards, back, lift your heels higher, move around. This is the variation I like with lifting the heels even higher to work on the calves and the deeper muscles of the feet. Next one, much simpler movement. So guys, I like to do it in the lunge, and we're trying to simply work on elevating the arch. You aim to maintain 3 points of contact with the ground, particularly the base of the big toe, the base of the little toe, and the center of the heel. Now, the center point between those 3 points will be moving upwards. So you're creating more space under the sole of the foot. And the muscle that activates here is your tibialis posterior primarily, which attaches just here into that bony landmark called navicular, and also tibialis anterior that sort of wraps around the bottom of the foot. So that combo actually helps you with foot or ankle inversion, but it also supports the arch. If you want to make it a little bit harder, try this challenge standing on one leg and doing exactly the same thing. Next movement, heel raises. So we're going on the toes in the lunge with the knee way ahead of the toes to increase the range of motion in the ankle, to increase dorsiflexion and increase the stretch in the deep compartment of the calf. Little tip here, try to keep your heel sort of in line with the toes and knee so we don't roll the foot out. We want to stay stable and neutral. So keep grounding through the big toe and go slowly. The further you lean forwards, the more loaded the calf will be. This one is quite fun. Toe scrunches, you can use a t-shirt or a towel. Stretch it out on the ground and pull with your toes. So this is fantastic exercise for the deep muscles or intrinsic muscles of the foot, toe flexors. So wake up the plantar fascia, the quadratus plantae muscles. You can see in the image all these little muscles. You can get into the competition with your family members or friends. At the same time, next time, if you don't want to pick up dirty laundry with your hands, use your feet and combine play with something useful. All right, next one is for those of you ladies who wear high heels especially, or if you wear office shoes and you're worried about toe deviation. When the big toe deviates laterally and start pushing into the other toes, and you can see deformation happening in the base of the toe, so-called hallux valgus. So using a band to help the toes adduct more and then add elevation or extension of the big toe. And rather than lifting all toes at the same time, try to develop control over lifting only the big toe, so isolations. And yes, initially you may find it quite confusing, like what your brain wants to do or tells your toes to do, the toes are not doing, but that requires practice to develop more control. Initially, just use your hands, push the little toes down, and start connecting with the big toe. And finally, let's go into the passive stretch of the flexor hallucis longus muscle that moves your toe down, and it's located in the deep compartment of the calf posteriorly. So we're going to be creating a stretch and then adding contraction from that stretched position. So you will need to find yourself a stool or a chair or edge of a bed. Get into max toe extension so the toe points upwards, and then you add contractions. As you can see, I'm setting only my big toe, getting the stretch, maybe even sending your knee forward over the toes. And from there, deploy contraction. 15% to 20% of your max strength, little push, then relax, deepen the stretch, rinse and repeat 2, 3, 4 times.
All right, guys, there we go. Simple drills to keep your feet mobile, strong, and pain-free, hopefully for years to come. If this helped, share with someone who may benefit, and let me know in the comments if that helped you. In part 2, I will show you a little bit more of a hands-on manual techniques that may help you release tighter tissues, help you mobilize your feet passively without actually training. All the kind of amazing drills that I learned in osteopathic school. Hopefully it will be also of use and benefit for you. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.